Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, ladies and gents. Welcome to another edition of our podcast, the Incoming Miracle Podcast. Part one, part one. So, um, yesterday when I posted the first miracle that I experienced, after doing the video, I had a lot of time to myself, and I just thought, what if, ladies and gentlemen, what if, what if is the question. So, what do I mean by what if? What if you could rewrite reality? What if that is the miracle that you've always been praying for, or that you've been given? The miracle to rewrite reality. Yesterday I went to YouTube. I was watching the story of Anansi. Anansi, to some a myth, to some a god, to some a legend, to some bedtime stories for the little ones. So who is Anansi? Anansi, the spider, the god, the mystery, the legend, the myth himself, was a very good storyteller. One of the stories of Anansi was that Anansi went to seek for knowledge in the universe. So he went to the original source of knowledge, to the creator of everything, the holder of wisdom. And when Anansi went to the holder of wisdom, he went and praised that divine being, saying, I don't know the name of the god, the name of that being, that God. And as he went and praised that divine being of his divine wisdom, and that being was so pleased that he decided to expound wisdom to Anansi, not knowing that Anansi had tricked him and he wanted to get divine knowledge. Now, when the wisdom was expounded to Anansi collected that wisdom and left. And he went throughout all the universe, different nations, different states, different towns, gathering information of the most wise beings of those places. And after the end of the journey that Anansi took for the search of divine wisdom, he took all the wisdom and held them in a huge gourd, or is it a pot or a basket or a bottle, just a huge container. And while he was climbing, the gourd, let's stick with the gourd, the African container, that is. And while he climbed up to a tree, so that's after he had finished setting up his web of deceit, his web to consume wisdom. He wanted to control all the wisdom. So Anansi, when he had put all the wisdom in the gourd, he was climbing up to a tree to go and seal it so that he can control the wisdom of the world. So he was climbing up the tree to go and wrap his webs tightly to the gourd. The gourd or god, that thing. Anansi, his son, came behind him and was like, why? He couldn't make sense of what his dad was doing. Why? Because Anansi was trying to climb up the tree with the gourd in his stomach. So he was having a very difficult time because it was a very huge container. So the son told his dad, Dad, why don't you tie the goad on your back so that you can climb more easily? Once Anansi heard these words, he was so infuriated that he had outsmarted all the gods of the lands, gathering the wisdom, while he just got outsmarted, outwitted by his own son for tying the goad or the container in the wrong place. He was so infuriated that he dropped the container. And when he dropped the wisdom that he had collected throughout all the gods, dispersed into the winds, and it went and entered into the hearts of all the creatures of the land. Anansi was so infuriated. But in that pause, in that moment, as he witnessed, he saw how wisdom had a positive effect on the people. And after a while, some of the people started using wisdom in a way that it was not meant to be used. And how is that? They started using wisdom to harm others, to spoil their reputations, to hurt others because of greed, because of envy, because of jealousy, because of traumas of the past. So the wisdom was spreading out of control. So Anansi had to go back to the original being, original source of wisdom, because he was the only being who knew how to contain the negativity from the divine gift that Anansi had. And he was given the blueprint of how he could resolve the issues of the world, the issues of the universe, the issues associated to wisdom. Stay tuned for chapter 2.